Wanna waka waka taka 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 dum boom 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 chee. Chee 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 chee. Ay. All right, let me stop playing. It's your girl, your favorite African. I am back with another YouTube video. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. This thing wants to act up. I don't know what's going on with this phone. All right, y'all got me. Y'all see me. Y'all got me. There we go. All right. Choo. Choo. Hi everyone, it's your favorite African, also known as Rose Mwambai. I'm back again on my YouTube channel talking about my first year of college experience. Should we talk about it? We should talk about it. I did start it up yesterday in my conversation about education, which you guys should go and check out. My stance, your favorite African stance, Rose Mwambai stance on education. And not everyone, I seen the feedback, not everyone really agreed with it. But at the end of the day, we all have our own opinions. We're all entitled to share our own opinions. So I honestly respected the feedback, the stances that other people had, but I'm still very strong on my stance. So I just wanted to continue with what I'm going. Here I go again, losing. I'm off track, but about my first year of college experience. It was tough. I'm not even gonna lie to you. We're gonna make this so raw, and what you're gonna honestly see in my YouTube videos, that I'm gonna make them so raw to the point where like you guys feel like you're in the room with me. That's the kind of energy that I like, and that's the kind of energy which I feel like is genuine. I feel like that's real. When I got to AIC, American International College, that was my freshman year of college. I was honestly so excited. I was so excited to be in college, so excited to be away from my mother, so excited to just, how do I say, just be free, just be a free college student. And I went far for that reason. That was one of the reasons why I was like, oh, I can't go too far away from mommy because I love mommy, but I'm gonna go far, like probably like 2 hours, 1 hour, not in Connecticut, so she doesn't have to check up on me every single 5 seconds of the day. So I went to American International College, and I'm telling you, if I can tell anyone about that school will make you think. Or just going away for college in general will just make you think about yourself. Really no family's there to like guide you through it. Just know that this is going to be hard for me, guys, so if I do get emotional, I apologize. But my freshman year of college I'd never want even anyone to even go through what I went through. And my freshman year of college is when I actually genuinely got to process that God is real. That man, which wakes us up every day, that man is real. I got to AIC, you could say I made friends, or I made acquaintances, or I made associates. When I got there, I had a roommate, which was the total opposite of me, first of all. I honestly don't trash anyone about the smoking or the drinking or anything like that. I am honestly an open person, but she smoked, I didn't. I was in the party scene. I like the partying. I love the dancing. So it was like, I was, in that sense, we did get along. Like, oh, are we going out? Are we doing this? But then, you know, the thing about, she was a heavy smoker. So it was just like when I walk in the room, all I do is smell the smoke. And I am not really used to smelling weed every 24/7. I'm used to smelling mommy's food. But that's besides the point. So when that was the first thing, which was like a trigger to me, like oh my God, like this thing is just that, like, I don't really mind when people like smoke around me, but when it's in my presence and where I need to sleep and stuff like that, it does get a bit tough. So there was this one time I was going to church, and my church was very close to American International College because it's right outside the border of Connecticut. So Springfield, Mass, and like my church was in East Hartford, so I was still able to go to church and stuff like that. When one time I was getting ready for church, and I tried to pick out a blazer from my closet, and it smelled like smoke. And it smelled like weed. And I'm like, oh my God, like this girl, did she smoke in the room? Which she told me that she didn't. So I'm just like, oh my God, I really hope that she didn't smoke in the room, because this is gonna be so trash. So I told her, I was like, hey, like, I don't appreciate me going to church and smelling like smoke. Like that's not me. I don't want people to think that that's what I went to college to do. And that's just not me. I don't like that. As I said, I don't judge people who do it, but I just feel like when it's in your personal space, it's just a lot. So when I told her that, it was just like I guess she felt just some type of way. Like anybody would feel offended, kind of, if they're told like, hey, like what you're doing doesn't sit right with me and I can't room with you. So I didn't really tell her I can't room with her at the time, but it's like you could feel the tension. We stopped talking as how we used to talk before. We used to go separately to the parties and stuff like that. So after that happened, let me give you guys another insight. I went to college with my ex-boyfriend, with my first love. I went to college with my first everything. I went to college with my first love, and yeah, it was just not a good decision. It was just not a good decision. When we literally broke up like a month in of college, we broke up because I felt as though he was holding me back and I couldn't really live the college life that I wanted to live. Like, cause no judgment zone. When you get to college, you wanna wild out. You wanna wild out. Like, yeah, just wild out real quick. Like, one time for the one time. I don't mean to wild out. Like, y'all thinking too hard. But it's just, I wanted to just actually experience it and not like regret, like, oh my God, like I didn't have the college experience that I wanted to have. So basically we went there together. We were spending time together at first, and then throughout it, that did help me with the roommate situation too, because if I didn't want to be in my room, I'll just go to his, and we're in the same building. That was another thing. So I don't know, I feel like I just realized, like, okay, I just want to like live for a little bit in college, so I don't think that we could be together. But it's like, at the time I was fragile. I'm be honest with you, I was fragile, I was young. It didn't really come out like that. Now I'm bold enough to say it, but like it didn't come out like that. I feel like he still felt as though I was like, you know what, we're on hold. So I did get into relations, you can call it, with somebody which was on my track team, and he found out about it. It's not relations, we just were really like, we were building a bond together because he was a sprinter, I was a sprinter, and we just used to like walk to yeah, you guys know, like we used to always hang out. I'm not gonna go too into that, because when they find this, they're gonna be like, oh my God, this girl's talking about us on YouTube. But yeah, you guys get it. So when he found out, he was basically like crushed, and I didn't realize that, like, I honestly do not like hurting people, and I didn't realize that like I hurt him that bad, like I hurt him that much, when I honestly thought that like I made a point to be like, hey, like I just want to live. But like I guess as I'm saying, at the time I wasn't even 18, I was 17. So I wasn't like really like thinking, I can say. I wasn't flat out. Let me just say it like that. And then when he found out, he called me to his room. He told me like, hey, like I found out about you and that individual. I'm like, no, nothing's going on. Like, and he was crushed. He told me that like I hurt him, and at that time I was young, so I was like, I want nothing to do with you. You're getting mad for no reason. I'm in college, I'm feeling myself. All this stuff, how it does when it does. I'm gonna just say that, blah, blah, blah. But yo, I need to start getting serious about my life. So when I was like, hey, like I want nothing to do with you because you're being so dramatic right now, like blah, blah, blah. Like, college, freshman year, you think you're Asian it's. But I really hurt him, and till this day, like I still emphasize that I am so sorry. And we did we did speak about this situation way after we broke up. So I was just like telling him like, hey, you were my first, but I honestly apologize for hurting you if I did, because I don't want karma. I don't want nothing to weigh over my head or anything like that. So everything happens for a reason. We broke up, and after we broke up, I just was feeling myself that I'm in college, partying, track. You guys already know I didn't like the class part of it. I didn't like the school part of it. So I was just party after party. Yeah, party after party. And the funny thing about it, I don't drink. I don't smoke. So it was just my energy. Like, if y'all know me, my energy is always on top. I'm on top. So like it was honestly was like the fun, going out. You go to class, to go to track, and then you go out for the weekend. And the more I did that, I just, was kind of like losing yourself in college, to be honest. You just were trying to figure yourself out, what's your personality, who you are, not really worried about, like, honestly, in my honest opinion, when you first get to college, it's like you just want to realize who you are. You want to figure out yourself. You just want to have, like, let me say this. When you get to college, you want to just have fun and party, and then you worry about the rest later. Let me just say that. So there was this one night we had like a school dance or something like that, but before then when we had the school dance, I heard that the guy which I broke up with my first, he was basically talking about me, saying that like, oh, I'm nothing, I'm like heartless, like I'm just partying like as if I didn't break up with him, and like just doing all this, like just living my life, still like laughing. And it was just like so bitter that I heard that he was speaking about me. He was speaking so bitter about me, and it honestly, like, it hurt me. I'm like, wow, this is my first, and we're both African, we're both from the same place, Zambia, Congo. Like, why would you just, I'm not even trying to put him out there, because I feel like everybody know who I'm talking about. If you know me, and I feel like no one knows me. But you guys know what I'm trying to say. Like, if you really do know Rose, like, you know who I'm talking about. But so I'm not even gonna go into that. But as I'm saying, I was just crushed that like my first can do that to me. And I'm so sorry if this thing is loud. I'm gonna try to talk louder because they're literally right at my window. But yeah, so I found that out, and then this is when it gets hard, guys. So bear with me. So it was like, oh my God, Rose, focus. So the day before the whole event, the whole party, I found out that he was, talking about me, and, saying that I was heartless and all that. And it really crushed me, because I was like, damn, like, this man, like, why would he do this to me? And I called my mom, like, I was feeling a little lost. In college, I don't know, in my opinion, the way I did it is that I didn't really talk to, like, my family during college. Like, it's like nobody really checks up on you. So it was just like, I didn't have no one really to talk to. And you just have those people that you meet in college, so you're not trying to tell them your whole life story. So I called my mom, and then my mom basically, that after I found out that he did that, I called my mother and just talked to my mother, just update with her, like just a quick update, like, Mom, what's going on? My mom was like, you're in your freshman year, your sister is in her junior year, like, oh my God, this is getting hard for me. Mom's a single mother, by the way. My dad passed away. So when she was talking to me, she's like, oh my God, like, I don't think she realized that she was actually like venting to her last born. Like, I don't think she knew that, but it did take a toll on me, because I'm like, damn, like, I don't have two parents. Like, it like hit me like in a rush, like, wow. And she was just saying like, oh my God, I wish your dad was alive so he could like see you guys through this, and like, just be with you guys and help me out, because I'm a single mom. We do live in a suburban area. The mortgage is up there. I take care of you guys. I send you guys allowances so you guys can not be hungry in college. And like, she was just like talking, but I don't think she realized that she was talking to me, and I already was dealing with my own issues in college. So when I called her, it was like, damn, Mom. Like, but I didn't tell her that, but I was like, oh, Mom, I'm like so sorry. I didn't know how she felt, but it was just like, I can just hear her in her tone that she was getting a little stressed out, because I was on track scholarship and my sister was too. I was like on full, she only paid for my room and board. And then my sister, she was on track scholarship as well, but she went to a very expensive private university, Long Island University in Brooklyn. And I was getting paid for room and board, so my mom was paying a lot of out-of-pocket expenses. So basically, like, she was just like telling me like, yeah, like, oh my God, I wish your dad was alive, stuff like that. And it just really hit me like, damn, Rose, you don't have those two parents that everybody else has, like, oh, father and mother. And I lost my dad when I was 7, so I didn't really get to mourn him at such like a young age. But I then realized, like, wow, Rose, you don't have a dad. My mom does such a good job, like, doing the two parts that I didn't really realize when I was in her house that, like, I only had one parent because my mom did everything for us and my siblings. So when I got to college and my mom was just talking, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, my mom is probably like going through it right now. I don't even feel too good. I feel like a bad person for breaking up with the individual. I was honestly like in just a worse spot that I never even felt before, ever. So like, damn, is this what college is about? When then the next day we had the event, I forgot what event it was, but that was the first time that I took a drink. That was the first time that I took a drink, and I thought it was gonna be all fun, and I guess way too much. That's why I don't drink. And I guess I couldn't handle it, and I was just like gone, like to the point where I almost had, I think I did have alcohol poisoning. But when the RA was gonna call, thank God I put my sister as emergency contact for my residence dorm. So they called my sister, and then my sister told them like, hey, please don't call our mother because my mother will spaz out. She finds out her daughter is that drunk. So as I said, it was just like really, really bad. I got drunk and I thought it was all fun, cool, until I couldn't handle it. And until when you get drunk, the true emotions come out. And I was literally like bawling to the point where they even called my sister. I guess the person I was with, she was one of my good friends from AIC, which I still talk to this day. I'm not gonna say her name, but if she does watch this, she'll know who she is. I basically called my sister on my phone and was like, hey, like, Rose is really like turned right now. And thank God I had her, because I had no friends at AIC. To this day, I still don't have friends like that. But she basically like, Jolie, Rose is gone. What should I do? And she was like, oh my God, don't call my mother. Please just stay with her. Beg the RA, can you just like stay with her for the night? Like, please don't call the ambulance, nothing like that. And I just remember just consistently just throwing up. Like, I just like was throwing up and just, and she told me the next morning, the girl told me the next morning, I don't want to say her name, she was like, wow, like, you really put out your emotions yesterday. And I remember when she was telling me, I kind of remember what I was saying. And she's like, yeah, even like your first had to come downstairs and like try to just put you together. And I was like, what? And when I thought about it, I was like, wow, yeah, I did go off like last night, because I started talking about, whew, Rose, you got this. I started talking about like, oh, Rose, like, whew. I basically was like, oh, I don't have my dad. I lost my dad. My mom, like, I basically was just saying everything which was going on. I was just saying it out loud, and I took it as like, damn, I was so embarrassed, because it was like, wow, Rose, like, you really said everything. And I'm very reserved, if you know me. So just me just saying it out loud to people I really didn't know, it really like was like, wow, you were really turned. And that's why I honestly hate alcohol, because I'm just like, if alcohol can make me do this, then I don't want to go through that again. And I was just like, Rose, like, I basically was just expressing myself and saying that I don't have a dad, like, no one there to help my mom. I'm such a bad person. I broke up with this person. Why did I do that? Now I'm being talked about. I'm so nice. It was just like, it just hit me all at one time, because I'm very, very, very nice. Like, even though sometimes I do probably have a resting face in person, or like sometimes I do get mad or I have an attitude problem, but I am honestly genuinely a nice person. And when I say I care for somebody, so it just hurt when I heard that like I was being talked about. And then plus it just hurt that I called my mom. My mom was so stressed, because I love my mother to death. I don't want her to stress, and it's so unfortunate that we honestly don't have the father figure in our house. So after that happened, that after that day, the whole getting drunk thing, I fell into a depression. I'm just trying to keep myself together because, you know, people have to hear this. I fell into such a depression. Everyone always asks me, Rose, why do you smile so much? Because I know how it feels to be at the bottom. I know how it feels to not feel like you have anyone. I lost my first, so when I couldn't go to him, and he was moving on with his life, so I couldn't even go to him and be like, oh, I don't feel good. I don't feel like I should be here. And at the same time, I'm stressed. I'm feeling like I'm stressing my mom out. And plus, I just hurt somebody. I just hurt my first. And that's not what I wanted to do. We weren't caught talking. We weren't cool. I didn't have friends at AIC that I can, talk to. I did have my sister, but my sister, she's in college. I don't want to put my stress on her. I was just everywhere. And now I'm like, is this what college is really about? And I fell into such a depression where I stopped going to classes. I was just honestly putting all my energy and all my anger in track, and I was just going to track practice, because I was like, Rose, you have to do something, or else you're going to not be happy in this room. You're not going to be happy in this room. And and nobody really knew, because I smile all the time. So me just smiling, I don't think people were really aware that I was really not myself inside. And I just used to smile, but when I closed the door and I go in my room, it was just really, really tough. And I honestly don't wish depression on anyone, because with depression, it comes with overthinking, and it comes with feeling like you're not worth it. And people who don't, I have issues with people who don't really understand what people go through, and it really messes with your mental health. It really, and I never realized, wow, us, the Africans, we don't talk about mental health problems, because if you talk about mental health problems in an African home, it's, oh, we're gonna pray for you, oh, you're the devil's in you, witchcraft, stuff like that. No, we need to start talking about it more. So if anyone else is ever in this position, they can know, they can honestly feel okay to talk out loud about it and actually find help. So that's another thing that we have to break in the African society, or the Black people society, that whole mental health is not an issue. It's an issue, and it really takes a toll on you. And I used to just never just stop attending classes. Mind you, I was a nursing major. So when you was not attending classes, your grades are going to drop, because you have tests every day, literally. So I stopped attending classes. I was in my room all the time. I only went to track practice, and then my track coach started noticing, hey, your grades are, you're great on the track, but your grades, what is going on with you, girl? And I was just like, nothing, nothing's wrong. And he's just like, if you need help, nobody will understand. Nobody will really understand. And it just really sucked. I didn't feel like I had no one to talk to, and I felt like nobody would really, really understand where I'm coming from, or they would say that I'm too dramatic. And at the end of the day, I'm just relieved that I actually went through it, so now I can help people, and people shouldn't be afraid. And I'm so open to talk about it, and it's just so open to just hear people out and just help them through this. And I fell into the depression to where I even got acquainted with a friend. I got acquainted with a friend, which I thought in my head was a friend which was going to help me out of the depression. And the friend was a female. I thought this is a big main reason why I have trust problems, and why to this day I really don't. I like staying by myself, even though I have this big thing on social media, You're a Fave African. I'm very reserved. If you really, really are close to me, if you really know me, which is only my sister, my mom, and I have a few, two people, two friends, which you guys know who you are. And I basically got acquainted with the friend, and I thought that, we were both going to church. We were both church goers. So it was like, okay, like remember I told you my church was closed. So I started like going to church more, just, just to get out because I just wanted to get over this freaking feeling that I had, this depression. I wanted it to be over. So we were going to church. Like, she was just a vibe. Like, wow, like we got along great and stuff, everything like that. Put my trust in her. Literally, like, felt like I could put my life down on the line for her. And honestly, I feel like it was the devil. Devil see me at my lowest point and was like, we're gonna bring someone in your life to bring you lower, because it literally put everything into that person, and I relied on that person to the point where I could sleep and feel safe that this person is going to not harm me. And it's not like she physically harmed me. She mentally and spiritually harmed me. That's how I feel. And mind you, I'm just doing, like, when I do go to the classes, I'm still trying to get the work done, giving the teachers an excuse and stuff like that. So I'm still like enrolled. I'm still enrolled in school and everything like that, but it's just I'm not performing at the level I'm supposed to be performing at, and the level I know I could perform at. So it was just really, really tough. And when she was coming around, I was so happy, always just very, very happy to be around her. And as I said, I feel like I was a relief. Like, oh my God, I found a friend. Like, this person takes me out of the depression, makes me laugh. But then I'm like, yo, at the end of it, I realized, no, that was the devil. That was the devil saying that you played yourself, because I'm coming through again. And this is when I get to the part where I found God. And literally, that person, as I said, I put everything in them. I trusted them with everything. I used to tell them literally everything about me, and never will I do that again. But as I said, I used to tell them everything about me. And there was this one day that I got a call and was like, hey, the person that you've been hanging around with basically tells your business and talks about you. Everything that you have told her, I can basically quote them to you right now. I'm like, no way. Like, no. Yes, I can quote everything that person tells you. And mind you, my first never even allowed me to be around this person. And I was always around my first. That was like my best friend. That was my everything. So I didn't really have, you don't really have like the much friends around which come around. Don't know. Don't know like that friend isn't a good friend. And I didn't have him anymore. So I just was just looking for some love just somewhere. And how could I say this? And basically, when the person called me and was like, hey, I can record everything that you have gone through. I can tell you, like, I can tell you how you felt about this person. I can tell you what you did last night. I can tell you the mistakes, the secrets that you have, your family secrets. Mind you, this is someone I trusted. So when I found that out, I was just so heartbroken. I was so broken. I was like, no way. This is my karma probably for hurting my first. Like, this is it right here. And I didn't even need to hurt him. And this hurt was coming from somebody which I honestly trusted. So it really just sucked. It sucked. And I asked the person to requote what you heard about me, and they requoted it, and it was exact. And I'm like, no way. This person is not doing this to me. I was I was shaking. And at that time, I'm still trying to fast. I'm still trying to find the energy to pray. But I was freaking depressed. It is hard to do that stuff at that time. So when I found that out, I was just so hurt. I didn't know whether to call. I didn't know whether to call her. I didn't know. I'm like, you know what? What I'm learning in church is that I should just honestly just pray for people who do things like this. And I didn't want any karma to come at me. I didn't want to, I sometimes get so angry where I feel like shaking someone and taking them and knocking them out. I could do all that stuff. I have the strength, but I'm like, no, you know what, Rose, you're better than that. And I'm so glad that I told myself that, because if it got to a point where I really did want to lay my hands on her, I don't know how, let me stop, let me go back, reverse. But I'm just trying to make myself laugh, guys, because this is hard. But I'm trying to make you guys be engaged as well. So when I found that out, I was lost out of words. I was very confused. I was like, why would she do that to me? Like, why? Like, is this a friend? Why would this person do this? And As I said, I didn't even spaz out. I called her and was like, I called her and was like, hey, like, I don't think we could be friends. I don't think I could do this. And I felt like she was so confused because she was like, where this is coming from nowhere. But little does she know, after that person, after I got off that phone with that individual, after I got off the phone with that person, which told me about it, basically I got like a dream, you know, like when you fall asleep just a little bit, like some people call it trance. I got like a dream that me and that person was planning on going on a spring break trip, because it was spring semester, going on a spring break trip together. And I had a dream. I had like a little moment that I fell asleep, and I had a dream that that person was literally drowning me and choking me in the water. Mind you, I'm going through this depression. And I found somebody which really relates with me, and I had a dream that this person did this. And I'm like, God, what is this? Like, God, what is this? Like, seriously, what is this? How am I just putting my trust in these people? These people are hurting me. And I thank God for all the experiences that I went through, because it's made me such a strong human being. Maybe such a strong, I'm 21 years old, and I feel like I went through things which most 21 years don't go through. And I know it's for a purpose, because God brought me as your favorite African, as YFA. And I just wanna share my story with people, because I know it could touch people. And basically, I had a dream that this girl was choking me in the water, and I got up from that dream, and I literally just started crying instantly. Who can I tell about this dream? Who? So I called my pastor, and I'm like, hey, pastor, please pray for me, because it's getting hard. Like, it's getting hard. Just please pray for me. And I told him the dream, and he's just like, wow, like, God really loves you, because to show you that is insane. Just pray about it, and I will pray with you. And he prayed with me on the phone. And after that, I went into even deeper, like, just deep. It was really, really deep, to the point where I was getting emails from teachers like, hey, and I didn't even go to track practice for a whole 2 weeks, and my excuse was that I was sick and I had to go home. I gave him like a family emergency excuse. No, I was in my room. I didn't come out. Sorry, guys, this is hard. I didn't come out. And this is when I found God. This is when I found God, because this is when I'm like, yo, God is real. I was on the ground, and I got up from my body. Mind you, I was in my room for like 2 weeks. Nobody knew this, not even my family. This is my first time. This is my first time actually opening up I opened up to my pastor about this, but this is my first time opening up to anyone else but my pastor. I was on the ground, and I was dead. I was on the ground. I was dead. Well, it felt like I was dead. I got up from my body, and I seen myself on the ground. And then I see myself on the ground. I'm like Rose. Like, my name is Lolo as well, like my nickname. Like, Lolo, get up. Lolo, get up. And I wasn't waking up. And I'm like, why am I going through this? Like, why is college this difficult for me? Is anyone else going through this? And it messed up my mental health so bad. Like, it messed up my mental health. Depression is not a joke. Mental health is not a joke. We should find help. We should talk to people, talk to others, because I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. I was laying down and I could not get up. And the body which got up, the other body which got up, and mind you, this is not like a dream. This is happening. So literally, the body's on the ground, and I'm up, and I'm looking at the body, and I'm like, get up. And I start screaming. Like, I start screaming, like, no, no way, no way. Get up. And then a voice, like, I just heard a voice. I just heard a voice. When I started panicking, I got up. I literally, it's like I got up from the floor. Like, I went back in that body. I got up from the floor. Mind you, I'm like this. I'm like, and I instantly just start crying. And I heard a voice say, this is what they want to do to you. This is what they want to happen. And I'm like looking around in the room. I'm like, what? Like, and that's when I knew that I am bigger than that. I am bigger. I'm not going to die prematurely. I have a gift. That's why I'm so passionate on my page. That's why you guys see that I'm just very humble, very open, and I'm always laughing, because I never in my life ever want to get to that point ever again, ever. I don't want people to, when I hear people's depression stories, it triggers. It sets a trigger, because I've been through it. And when people don't understand other people's depression, it pisses me off, because I'm like, yo, if you were ever in that spot, some people said it doesn't, I never knew I could take my life. If you guys see me, who does it look like I'm the one to take my life? No. But it's like certain instances put you in that position. And honestly, like, when I got up from that, that's when I just stopped. I was like, no, I cannot die. I cannot die prematurely. That's why I have so much faith. That's why I have so much passion, because I'm like, no, I'm not going to die. My mom's not going to bury me. And ever since then, I just had that thing, like, Rose smile. And that's why I love making people laugh. I love making people, when I dance, and I dance with joy, I want to make someone's day. I don't want anyone to ever go through that, ever. And that's what happened to me. It was like back to back, like the dream that I was getting choked, and then the next day, I don't even know, it's like I was losing count of days, because I was just in the room, not eating, not doing nothing. And in an African home, they don't raise you to say, like, you're one day gonna be depressed, they don't believe in that stuff. And that stuff is so real. It is so real. And I literally pray every day that no one around me ever goes through that. And I literally pray that I never get pushed back. But sometimes there is off days where you just remember, and you just like, God. And I always remember when God saved me. And I, like, that's why anything that I always do, I always put God first. I'm like, God, without you, I wouldn't have this apartment. Without you, I wouldn't have this car. Without you, I wouldn't have my mother. Without you, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And without God, I wouldn't have the profile that I have today. And it just honestly means so much that I'm here today. It just means a lot. And thank you guys for even listening to this. And I just wanted to share this. That was my first year of college experience. It was rough, to the point where it's crazy. I deal with those things all the time. I don't have many people around me. I'm very reserved, but I am very nice. I'm easy to get along with. You could talk to me. When you meet me, you'll be able to click with me. And people they don't know my story. They just see the glory. Wearing Burberry, Gucci, Fendi, Louis. All that stuff doesn't matter when I was on that ground. All those designers didn't matter. And I'm glad I found my purpose, because now every single day when I think about, like, depression and sadness and suicide, I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. God has saved me. I'm not going to do that. Rose, smile. Nothing is. That's why when people think I'm crazy, when I get in a car accident, like, I almost lost my life three times last year in a car accident on the month of my birthday. And I almost lost, my car spun out. Somebody hit me from the back. I hit the side railing. The other one, a truck hit me. It was like back-to-back accidents on the month of my birthday last year. And at the same time, I know there's spiritual attacks, maybe they're family attacks, but I'm not gonna go into that. But it's just that, like, I'm just so grateful. That's why I have that in my apartment. Like, I'm just so grateful that I'm still here. I'm so grateful, and nobody will ever know this because I don't put this out there. I don't try to put out negativity, but I'm trying to turn my negativity into positivity, and I just really hope this touched someone. This touched someone's heart, because this is real. This is what people go through. And I just want to say thank you so much, you guys, for listening. Thank you guys for listening, and just thank you for just this. How do I just thank you for the support that I get and everything like that. That's why you see I'm very open-minded, because you have to be open-minded in life. Your mental health is everything. Be happy. Happiness first. Everything. God, happiness. Then everything else will come together. Be happy. Be happy. That's what the big thing. That's why with the education thing, I don't feel like, if you, as I said, I'm gonna say this one real quick, if you don't feel like college is for you, if you don't feel like you have to follow society's norm. Be you, because nobody's gonna be with you when you are depressed. It's you in that room. And I just want to say thank you guys. And this is my story, and this is real. This is honestly so real. And I pray to God, and I thank God every day. And I'm here, and your favorite African. I'm Rose Wambai, and I'm just a better person. I'm a better human being. I just thank God every single day. So that's my first year of college experience. And if you guys want to know more, if you guys want to just talk to me, I'm very open. I'm very, very nice. I'm just ready to just put my heart out there, and not put my heart out there, but put my stories out there, and it will touch someone. And I know it will. And God gave me a platform for a reason. I'm going to use it. And I apologize if I haven't been using it earlier, because I probably could have helped somebody else probably last year, because this happened to me in 2016, 2017, and 2016, 17, I got to college 2016, and 2017 is when that happened. And don't let that define you. If you ever try to suicide attempt or anything like that, don't let it define you. Everyone always sees me, they're like, oh my God, this girl's always so happy. Yeah, but when I close the room and I'm by myself, I go through, I'm normal. So keep that Bible close, keep the fasting, the praying. You got this. You are not worthless. You are worth something. And I just hope no one goes through what I went through. And I love you guys. Thank you so much. And we're gonna brighten up the mood a little bit, because I don't want to I don't like being in that mode. Woo!